Redwoods are both male and female. They have some branches that produce female cones. And check this out. For these giant trees, you can pass this around. That's the cone. And the seeds are like the sides of like tomato seeds.
That is cool. Yeah,
And only like 2% of redwood trees grow from seeds, because you can see if they fall on the duff, by the time that root goes down, it's easy for it to dry out before it can get to the soil.
Right.
But these needles, these scaly needles, drink water. So it's not just from the roots. Up to 40% of their water can come from these top needles. Okay. And this is what the sequoia dendron and the giant sequoias look like. They don't have these feathery ones. It all looks like this.
Okay.
In the Sierra Nevada. So next time you're in the Sierras, look at the difference.
Okay.
Well, we live in the Sierra.
Right. Yesterday, where it had been logged like 150 years ago, and when they cut down the trunk would then send up suckers, and so you might have 4, 5, 6, 8 trees coming up around this dead stump. Wow. And if that's preserved in 1,000 years, those are going to be full, mature, like a fairy ring, a circle around the old stump.
Cool.
And so that's part of how they regenerate is through clones.
What's going on here too, where it looks like there's more than one tree into one tree? Okay.
So that is all one tree if you did a DNA test, but these are like its little suckers. Hey, baby. Like Celtic knotwork.
Yeah, that's why when you see a redwood or something out,
Celtic knotwork.
Yeah, out on its own, it's like you see more fallen ones if they're out of the meadow by themselves.
Yeah, these are definitely communal sort of beings, and like they'll sell them at the gift shops, and I'm always thinking, well, that's kind of interesting, but they kind of need that community.
Yeah.
And then where are you going to plant it? Next to the coast. And it doesn't hurt the tree, but you can tell there's either something in the roots or just it's capturing all the light that's preventing other little saplings or stuff from coming in. The ferns can handle it.
Well, I wonder if it's the mycelium, because
I'm wondering too.
the mycologist said that there's a certain mycelium fungus that actually comes in and it will literally kill the trees.
And these trees are incredibly impervious to fire. But if ooh, look at that. But that's like the inside of the tree. But if they like get hit, or you see how some of those fairies are growing up right next to it, that could add more fuel if a fire came through. So once it gets breached, the inner wood is dead wood. All the life is happening, and I'll show you in a cut down section, in just that little strip, the cambium layer. And so this outer bark, as long as it stays intact, the tree can keep living.
Wow.
And I got a picture of one in action, so check that out. So that's what it looks like when the fires come through, and it's just burning out that dead wood. And some burn all the way to the top, and you can go inside and look up, and you can see sky, and the tree's still alive, and we call those chimney trees. But they would call these goosepin trees because the settlers would supposedly put their poultry and stuff in there, and then they could just put like a tarp or a board over it at night.
That's cool.
But the indigenous people, I believe, would use them for sacred things, for women's time, for birthing, and of course gnomes, right? I think I got gnome in me, and I can't stay out of these trees. Welcome. I'm doing a guided tour. This is a cathedral tree where you have a common base and multiple reiterations going up.
No, it goes lower.
Does it?
Wow. Yeah, it does. It's like
shut up.
Blocked by like a log and
and it keeps going.
Yeah.
Ooh.
That's where the gnomes are.
Yeah. It was a lot lower.
So great. Okay, so that's a reiteration. These other growths coming up. And like we talked about, these burls contain like the undifferentiated cells. So this could put out more branches, it could put out leaves, or it could make a whole other trunk.
Nice.
And we have other trees called cathedral trees where you have one trunk that goes up, and then after it gets a certain height, it reiterates. So it looks like those are called the candelabra trees because they look like candlesticks.
Oh, man.
And then the third type is called fairy rings, and that's where you have a central mother die, but her suckers or fairies that are coming up around the dead tree continue to grow, and as that central mother rots away, it will create a ring of her clones all around her. But it's all the same tree, and that's why it's called sempervirens, always living. Even if you cut them down, they'll keep going. And so, it's like, you know, that looks like clover, but this has some sun shining on it, and it's getting too much sun, so it's actually folded down its sleeves. And I'm still researching to try to figure out why some of them get this purple, and
Very pretty.
and I wonder if it's like some sort of look at that. That's like purple hearts.
I know. They're
I
so
gotta take a
beautiful.
picture of that for my sis. She'll love it. Can I have one, buddy? Thanks. Let's do the staged.